Have you ever stopped to think that what happened in the past might be the reason behind everything we see in the team today? A single decision, a single move, changed the course of Ravens history forever. And it's not just about victories. We're talking about something that transformed the team, the city, and, of course, the way we see football. How did we get here? What did that moment mean? And how does it still influence every play the Ravens make? You won't believe the impact of this decision. Stick with me until the end, because what's coming next will surprise you. Go Ravens! When we think about the history of the Ravens, we immediately recall great moments of victory and resilience. But what many don't realize is that many of those achievements were born from crucial decisions, like whether to trade or keep key players. It's almost like a chess game, where every move can change the course of the match. Throughout their journey, the Ravens have faced defining moments where they had to decide whether to stick with a cornerstone player or take a risk on a trade, bringing in fresh talent and new possibilities for the team. Often, these choices were made under the pressure of securing the franchise's future, balancing both the present and what was to come. One of the clearest examples of this was a trade of veteran players, like Anshu and Bolden, or even contract extensions with essential figures like Joe Flacco, who became the face of the franchise over the years. These decisions weren't easy. They required deep analysis of how a player fit into the team strategy and what the long-term implications would be. Trading an icon or deciding to keep a veteran could be a turning point for the team, potentially leading to a historic season or setting off a cycle of struggles. For fans, each of these choices brought uncertainty but also hope. Player trades were not always well received, and many feared that the team would never be the same without certain players who would become legends within the franchise. However, every decision to trade or retain someone was carefully calculated, always with a bigger goal in mind: turning the Ravens into an NFL powerhouse. Over time, the movement of key players helped shape the team's identity and its evolving needs. Players like Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, and even more recent figures like Lamar Jackson have had their fates intertwined with these critical decisions. The impact of these trades, or the decision not to make them, directly influenced the Ravens' philosophy, reinforcing the idea that nothing is permanent and that staying competitive means constantly evolving. This decision-making process wasn't just about individual talent. A deep evaluation was always made regarding a player's influence in the locker room and on the team spirit. Some athletes bring more than just skills. They carry a winning mentality that can spread throughout the team. When deciding between keeping or trading a player, the Ravens had to consider this invisible force that shapes a franchise's culture. In many cases, a single trade didn't just affect the offense or defense, but altered the energy of the entire team. Of course, not every trade turned out to be the right move. Some, over time, proved to be questionable decisions that might have been reconsidered. But in a sport as unpredictable as football, where external factors can impact any player's career, these choices ultimately became part of the franchise's growth and learning process. Every mistake made the team sharper and more prepared for future challenges, creating a continuous cycle of evolution. This constant evaluation of trades and retention strategies wasn't an isolated occurrence. It became the foundation of a philosophy that was essential to the franchise's long-term success. Looking back, it's clear that these decisions shaped the team's direction and helped build what the Ravens are today, a resilient team that understands that every strategic move matters, whether in the draft, in trading a veteran, or in signing a star player. Now, when we talk about decisions that truly shape the future, it's impossible to ignore the impact of leadership. If trading or keeping players was crucial, the arrival of a new head coach changed the team's dynamics even more, redefining how the Ravens will be seen in the NFL. The arrival of John Harbaugh as the Ravens head coach in 2008 was more than just a coaching change. It was a turning point that redefined the team's entire philosophy. Before him, the Ravens were already known for their ferocious defense and well-structured tactical approach, but Harbaugh brought something new. With his infectious energy and modern football vision, he introduced a winning mentality that had not been fully established before. This leadership change was a watershed moment, one that altered the course of the franchise and elevated it to a level of competitiveness and consistency that few had anticipated. One of Harbaugh's most significant innovations was his approach to games. He not only reinforced the Ravens' already dominant defense, but also recognized the importance of a balanced offense, something that had not been a defining characteristic of the team before. Harbaugh emphasized the need for a well-rounded squad, strong on both sides of the ball. This shift in focus turned the Ravens into one of the toughest teams to face, regardless of the opponent. The Ravens began dominating not just through physical play, but also through strategy and clock control, elements that have been lacking in previous seasons. Harbaugh's decision to invest in a more versatile playing style was a key factor in his longevity as head coach. He adapted to circumstances, adjusting his approach based on the talent available. This was particularly evident when Joe Flacco emerged as the team's quarterback, and Harbaugh played a crucial role in shaping Flacco's confidence, which ultimately led to the Ravens' Super Bowl 47 victory. Harbaugh proved himself to be not just a technical leader, but also a motivator, capable of getting the best out of his players even in the toughest situations. This leadership shift also had a profound impact on the locker room. Harbaugh instilled a culture of competitiveness and focus, something that resonated with both veterans and rookies alike. His leadership style ensured that, regardless of position or name, every player had a vital role in the team's success. This sense of unity among players, cultivated under Harbaugh's leadership, was essential in creating a team that was greater than the sum of its parts. He fostered a team-first mentality rather than relying on the individual brilliance of certain stars. Over the years, Harbaugh's philosophy directly influenced how the Ravens prepared for games. Consistency in practice and adaptability to opponents' playing styles became hallmarks of his tenure. More importantly, he maintained the team's competitiveness regardless of roster changes or external circumstances. When injuries or player transitions occurred, Harbaugh found ways to turn challenges into strengths, keeping the team relevant every season. In the long run, the decision to entrust Harbaugh with the team's leadership proved to be a masterstroke. Not only did he lead the Ravens to a Super Bowl title, but he also established the franchise as one of the most respected in the NFL. His ability to lead in times of crisis, his strategic vision, and his ability to maximize his players' potential cemented his legacy as one of the greatest coaches in team history. He transformed the Ravens from a great defensive team into one of the most well-rounded forces in the league, something the franchise had never fully experienced before. And, as with any leadership change, the impact extends beyond the immediate moment. Under Harbaugh, the Ravens learned to be resilient, to believe that with the right leadership, any adversity could be overcome. This not only made the team a competitive powerhouse, but also laid a strong foundation for future generations. Harbaugh left behind a legacy of organization and focus, qualities that continue to guide the Ravens to this day. When looking at how a coach can transform a franchise, it's impossible not to consider the importance of selecting the right quarterback. The QB position has always been crucial to the Ravens' success, and choosing the right one undoubtedly changed the future of the franchise. And can you see the impact that John Harbaugh's arrival had on the Ravens' playing style? Drop a comment if you also notice the changes he brought to the team, or if you know of another coach who transformed the team just as quickly. Let's discuss it in the comments. The quarterback position is undoubtedly one of the most important in any NFL team, and the Ravens were no exception. When Joe Flacco was selected in the 2008 draft, he wasn't just another name on the rookie list. He was the future of the franchise. The Ravens, already built on a strong defense and a solid foundation, needed a QB capable of leading the team, especially under pressure. Flacco, with his unshakable composure and ability to deliver clutch throws, became the central pillar of the offense, leading the team to its second Super Bowl and earning the game's MVP title. The trust placed in him from the beginning was one of the Ravens' greatest decisions, and his impact is still felt today. However, the Ravens' history isn't just about Joe Flacco. The transition to Lamar Jackson, selected in the 2018 draft, was also crucial for the team's evolution. Jackson ushered in a new era, completely transforming the playing style. While Flacco was a traditional pocket passer, Jackson brought exceptional mobility and the ability to create plays with his legs, something the Ravens had never seen before. The offense became more dynamic, unpredictable, and difficult to stop. With Jackson at the helm, the team became a constant threat, especially in the running game. forcing defenses to adapt to an entirely new kind of attack. The selection of Lamar Jackson also showcased the Ravens' ability to adapt to the future. They understood that to remain competitive, they needed to evolve with the league and align with emerging trends. The decision to trust Jackson, who played in a way unlike anything the NFL had seen before, proved that the franchise was ready to embrace innovation. He wasn't just a quarterback pick. He represented a shift in mentality. Jackson brought a new philosophy to the Ravens. More speed, more creativity, and above all, an energy that revitalized both the team and the fan base. The transition from Flacco to Jackson also marked a shift in team leadership. While Flacco had been the longtime starter, delivering a Super Bowl to Baltimore, Jackson took over with the confidence of someone who knew he could elevate the Ravens to new heights. The locker room dynamic changed. Jackson didn't just earn the trust of his teammates. He won over the fan base, who saw in him a young, charismatic leader capable of steering the team toward success. His infectious energy created a fresh atmosphere within the team. If Flacco's arrival brought stability, Jackson's brought optimism and innovation. In just his second season as a starter, Jackson led the Ravens to the best regular season record and was named NFL MVP. This achievement not only solidified his position as the team's future, but also proved to the world that the Ravens were ready to challenge NFL conventions with their unique playing style. Under Jackson's leadership, the offense transformed into one of the most explosive in the league, posing a threat both in the air and on the ground. The quarterback transition also had a profound psychological impact on the team. While Flacco symbolized the Ravens' stability and tradition, Jackson brought new hope, a sense that the future was bright and full of possibilities. He didn't just lead on the field. He demonstrated that the Ravens were willing to reinvent themselves and embrace change. The decision to draft Lamar Jackson was, without a doubt, one of the most important and impactful in recent franchise history. Now, with Jackson as the face of the franchise, the Ravens have entered a new phase. The team has evolved and is ready to reach new heights. But the real question is, how will this shape the Ravens' future? Can the team sustain this level of success and remain one of the NFL's top contenders? And speaking of transformations, the decision on who would lead the team wasn't just about the QB. It also extended to the draft choices that helped build the team's current foundation. The NFL draft is always a crucial event for any franchise, as it's the moment when teams select players who could shape their future. For the Ravens, the draft wasn't just about recruitment. It was a strategic opportunity that helped build one of the most dominant defenses in the league. From the early years, the Ravens understood that success in the draft would be vital to constructing a championship-caliber team. Picks like Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, and Terrell Suggs are prime examples of how the team excelled in selecting players who became legends and foundational pieces of their success. In more recent years, the draft has remained an essential tool for the Ravens. In 2018, the selection of Lamar Jackson was a clear attempt to reinvent the team by investing in a mobile and dynamic QB, a style becoming increasingly relevant in the NFL. The decision to draft Jackson was a forward-thinking move that quickly paid off. But the Ravens' draft success didn't stop there. The team has excelled at selecting defensive players who fit their system, such as linebacker Patrick Queen, who bolstered an already solid defense but was needed as a new leader for the coming years. Additionally, the Ravens' draft strategy has always been intelligent and balanced. They don't just focus on offense or defense, but take a well-rounded approach, selecting players who can contribute across all areas. This is evident in how they've drafted key pieces over the years, always looking to fill gaps and build a complete team. The draft isn't just about picking the best available player. It's about identifying talents that fit the team's philosophy and can develop alongside established stars. The team's draft success also reflects the front office's ability to recognize the need for a young, promising roster. Over the years, the Ravens have maintained defensive dominance while also investing in offensive talent, creating a balanced, competitive team. Players like Marlon Humphrey, Ronnie Stanley, and Hollywood Brown are examples of how the Ravens' draft picks have breathed new life into the franchise. However, the draft isn't a guaranteed path to success. Even with a solid strategy, some picks don't pan out as expected. The NFL is a league of constant adaptation, and players often need time to adjust to professional level. This is why draft decisions require immense care, one miscalculated pick can be costly. Yet, the Ravens have consistently found value, even in later rounds, proving their unique ability to identify talent that other teams may overlook. These draft decisions have a direct impact on the team and its culture. It's not just about what a player brings on the field, but also how they integrate into the locker room and contribute to the winning mentality embedded in the franchise. The draft, therefore, is a reflection of a long-term strategy where the team continually reinforces its strengths and addresses its weaknesses effectively. Thanks to years of smart draft choices, the Ravens have built a team that knows how to develop players, regardless of where they were picked. This ability to identify and shape talent has been a key factor in the franchise's sustained success, keeping the Ravens competitive season after season, even as rosters evolve. This careful approach to the draft has ensured the team's continued growth and cemented its place as one of the NFL's elite franchises. And with the success of their draft selections, it's clear that the Ravens have built a solid foundation around their stars. But to create a true championship team, something more is needed. A strong support system and a coaching staff that knows how to maximize each player's potential. The way the Ravens coaching staff has developed its players has also played a fundamental role in this success. Well, we're moving on to the fifth topic, but before that, I notice you haven't liked this video yet. It's really important so YouTube keeps recommending my content to you, and that way, I can continue bringing you the best coverage of the Baltimore Ravens. So, go ahead and hit that like button. It's free. Appreciate it. Now, let's continue. The success of a franchise is not solely due to the talent of its players, but also to the fundamental work carried out by the coaching staff. In the case of the Ravens, the coaching staff has been one of the keys to the team's consistent success, particularly in developing players and creating a cohesive system of play. The coaching staff, led by John Harbaugh, has always known how to get the best out of its athletes, building a team that is more than just the sum of its parts. Moreover, the staff has been able to adapt to changes in the league, adjusting tactics as needed to maximize the team's strengths and minimize weaknesses. Harbaugh's ability to assemble a coaching staff that works in harmony has been one of the Ravens' greatest assets. Every member of the staff, from offensive to defensive coordinators, plays a crucial role in shaping players and preparing the team for success. The way the Ravens have adjusted their tactical approach over the years, depending on the available players, reflects the coaching staff's flexibility in embracing new ideas and innovations. In particular, the work of Greg Roman, the offensive coordinator, was instrumental in the development of the Ravens' offense, especially with Lamar Jackson at the helm. Roman was responsible for designing an offensive system tailored to Jackson's unique skill set, utilizing his speed and improvisational ability to make Baltimore's ground game even more dangerous. Beyond developing the system of play, the coaching staff has also excelled in handling both game-time situations and training preparations. The Ravens' meticulous and focused preparation for each game has given them an edge over many opponents, especially in high-stakes matchups like the playoffs. The ability to adjust strategies during a game, whether shifting from a run-heavy attack to a more aerial approach or making defensive adjustments, has been a hallmark of Harbaugh and his staff. The Ravens have always appeared ready for any challenge, with the coaching staff providing the leadership necessary in pressure-filled moments. Another crucial aspect of the Ravens' coaching staff is player development. From the moment rookies join the team, they are molded to fit within the system and improve their skills in all facets. This developmental work, extending beyond the field, is essential to keeping the team competitive year after year. Baltimore's coaching staff is committed not only to teaching the fundamentals of the game, but also to building a winning mentality in its players. This ensures that the team has not only talented athletes, but also players ready to handle the pressures of big moments. Over the years, the Ravens' coaching staff has become one of the pillars sustaining the franchise's success. Across multiple seasons, the team has maintained a high level of performance thanks to the exceptional work of its coaches and assistants. Their ability to adapt their tactics over time, responding quickly to roster changes and lead trends, has made the Ravens a resilient team. The ability to constantly reinvent themselves while keeping the team competitive is a testament to the coaching staff's expertise in leveraging the team's strengths and minimizing its weaknesses. Harbaugh's long tenure has also had a significant impact, providing a rare level of stability in professional football He has preserved a winning culture within the organization, and his coaching staff has been instrumental in maintaining that mindset. The emphasis on preparation and player development reflects not only a commitment to immediate success, but also a long-term vision to keep the team thriving in future seasons. This consistency is what separates the great NFL teams from the rest, and the Ravens coaching staff has been a defining factor in that success. Ultimately, the Ravens coaching staff has been essential not only in achieving success, but in keeping the team competitive year after year. The impact of each staff member on player development and the creation of a winning system has been crucial in making the Ravens one of the most respected franchises in the NFL. Their work, both on and off the field, has helped build a culture that values both talent and a championship mindset, with the team becoming increasingly competitive. The question remains, how will the Ravens continue to evolve under their coaching staff's leadership, especially as new generations of players emerge? The way the staff continues to adjust the team may determine whether Baltimore remains a powerhouse in the NFL. Since their founding, the Ravens have established a winning culture that extends beyond victories on the field. This culture has been shaped by a set of uncompromising values that permeate every aspect of the organization: discipline, hard work, resilience, and, above all, an unrelenting pursuit of excellence. The Ravens are not just known for their strong defense and physical style of play, but also for the team mentality they have cultivated over the years. Every player, coach, and staff member understands that being part of the Ravens is not just about football. It's about being part of a winning legacy that began in 1996 and continues to be written today. This winning culture has its roots in key figures throughout Ravens history. Coaches like Brian Billick and John Harbaugh, along with players like Ray Lewis and Ed Reed, set the standard for the team, creating a mindset that never accepted anything less than victory. The presence of leaders like Lewis, who not only dominated on the field but also inspired his teammates with his passion and commitment, was instrumental in establishing the standard of excellence. The Ravens' defense, often regarded as one of the most dominant in NFL history, has always embodied the team's identity: relentless, strategic, and always ready for the challenge. The Ravens' winning culture is also evident in their approach to every game. Season after season, the team has been known for its meticulous preparation, focus on minimizing mistakes, and ability to overcome adversity. Every victory is celebrated, but it is never enough. The Ravens understand that true success comes not just from winning championships, but from the daily process of improving, learning, and growing as a team. This is what sets them apart from many other franchises: an unwavering commitment to continuous improvement, no matter how successful they have been in the past. The Ravens' resilience, a defining trait of their culture, has been tested many times. But rather than crumble under pressure, the team has always emerged stronger, learning from failures and coming back even more determined. This characteristic has been evident in several playoff runs, where, in decisive moments, the Ravens have proven their ability to overcome obstacles and achieve their goals. This culture of resilience has also been essential in adapting to new challenges, such as quarterback transitions and the evolution of their playing style. The team has never hesitated to change its approach when necessary, and this flexibility has been one of the reasons why the Ravens have remained a powerhouse in the league. Another crucial aspect of the Ravens' winning culture is their emphasis on teamwork. Unlike some teams that rely heavily on individual superstars, the Ravens have always prioritized the collective. Every player has a vital role in the team's success, fostering a dynamic of mutual respect and trust. While players like Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Joe Flacco, and Lamar Jackson have stood out, the true secret to the Ravens' success has always been the cohesion of the team, where every member of the roster is willing to sacrifice for the greater good. This culture has also been passed down to younger generations, with every rookie who joins Baltimore being immersed in this legacy. The way veteran players lead by example, demonstrating what it means to be a Raven, helps keep this winning spirit alive season after season. The team is not just an organization. It is a family, with everyone working toward the same goal: winning. The pressure to uphold this culture is immense, but it is also what keeps motivation high in the locker room and the team focused. And the impact of this culture is evident not only on the field, but also in how the city of Baltimore embraces the team. The bond between the Ravens and the city runs deep, with fans always standing by the team, no matter the challenges they face. The Ravens' winning mentality has become a reflection of Baltimore itself. Resilient, passionate, and always ready to fight until the end. This creates a symbiotic relationship between the team and its fans, where every victory is a collective celebration and every loss a lesson for the future. Now, with this culture firmly established and a new generation of players ready to carry the legacy forward, the big question is, how far can this winning philosophy take the Ravens in the coming years? How will new players and the coaching staff continue to uphold this championship mentality? And if you made it this far, drop a Ravens a winning culture in the comments so I know you recognize the legacy of excellence and resilience this team has built over the years. Let's continue. The future of the Ravens looks increasingly promising, with a combination of young talent and experienced veterans ready to carry on the franchise's legacy of success. The foundation is already in place, with names like Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews, and Patrick Queen leading the next generation, while the coaching staff remains committed to keeping the team competitive. Unlike other franchises that experience brief peaks of success, the Ravens have positioned themselves as a team in constant evolution. Their philosophy of always striving for improvement, regardless of past achievements, ensures they remain on an upward trajectory. Part of this evolution comes from the team's ability to adapt to the changes in modern football. The NFL is constantly evolving, with new trends and strategies emerging every season. Historically known as a defensive powerhouse, the Ravens now boast an explosive offense led by Lamar Jackson, proving they're not afraid to reinvent themselves to stay ahead. The emphasis on the run game and Jackson's ability to make plays, whether with his legs or through the air, has been a bold and innovative shift. Moving forward, the team must continue evolving to balance their strengths and remain a threat both offensively and defensively. When it comes to acquisitions in the draft, the Ravens have shown an impressive ability to identify young talent that fits perfectly within their system. The team has been efficient in filling gaps and strengthening positions that need more depth, with the draft as one of their greatest assets. The Ravens understand that their future depends not only on retaining key players, but also on integrating new talents who can contribute immediately. This philosophy of sustainable, well-structured team building ensures the Ravens are not reliant on a single cycle of success, but can continue to thrive year after year. The way the Ravens develop their players is another key factor in sustaining their success. The franchise has long been known for its focus on nurturing young athletes and implementing a training system designed to maximize each player's potential. Their deeply ingrained culture of hard work and discipline will remain the foundation for the team's growth, with a strong support system in place. Transitioning between generations of players will be seamless, allowing the Ravens to stay competitive and prepare for the toughest challenges. Another crucial element in the Ravens' future is how they navigate the highly competitive AFC landscape. The conference is stacked with powerhouse teams, and the Ravens understand that staying on top requires relentless preparation and adaptation. However, with John Harbaugh's leadership and the team's solid roster-building philosophy, Baltimore has proven itself as a franchise capable of competing at the highest level. Continuous adaptation and improvement each season will be essential for the Ravens to remain one of the AFC's elite teams. The intense AFC North rivalry also cannot be overlooked. Teams like the Pittsburgh Steelers and Cleveland Browns present constant challenges, and the Ravens know that maintaining dominance in the division requires staying one step ahead. Internal competition makes every victory even more significant and keeps the Ravens in a constant state of evolution, as they cannot afford to become complacent at any moment. In short, the Ravens' future will be a blend of maintaining the excellence that has made them one of the NFL's most respected franchises and innovating to adapt to the league's ever-changing demands. With a strong foundation, an effective player development system, and a long-term vision, Baltimore is poised to continue thriving. The real question, then, is how will the Ravens position themselves in the coming years to not only maintain their relevance, but reach new heights of success? Now, with all the history and the solid foundation that has been built, the ultimate question is, how far can the Ravens go in the next few years with a team full of young talent and a deeply ingrained winning philosophy? The future promises great things. Now, with everything we discussed, one thing is clear. The biggest decision in Ravens history was far more than just a simple choice. It was a key to transforming the team's identity, shaping its culture, and establishing a lasting legacy of success. This decision didn't just change the course of the franchise, it placed Baltimore in a position of respect and competitiveness within the NFL. The Ravens are undeniably a team defined by evolution, resilience, and the ability to constantly reinvent themselves. The real question is, how will this decision continue to shape the team's future? What new heights will the Ravens reach now that this foundation has been firmly set? If you also believe that this decision was crucial to the Ravens' history, share your thoughts in the comments and show how much it has impacted the team and our fan base.
And if you, just like me, are passionate about the world of football and want to learn more about the Ravens' legacy, don't leave this video without sharing it with that friend who is also a Baltimore Ravens fan and will love this content. See those video suggestions on your screen? The first one was handpicked just for you, and the other is a recommendation from YouTube itself. See you there, and until the next video, go Flock.